Talk to him.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold.
It's interesting. So, question of the day. In your opinion, what's the preferred relationship dynamic for most men? Okay. What we doing, fellas? Chat, talk to me. I seen Perry in the building, shout out. I seen Souls of Thought in the building, shout out. I know he getting his bag right now. I see April in the building, shout out. Ladies, chime in on this one too. Y'all tap in on this question of the day real quick before I start giving y'all my point of view. In your opinion, what's the preferred relationship dynamic for most men? It's an opinion question. No right or wrong answers here. I want to know what y'all think. I have an opinion. I can't prove it or disprove it, but and I can answer this question a couple of different ways. I definitely want to hear what y'all think about it though, for sure. I'm being chill tonight. You know, I meditated this morning. I got my Queen Codes, you know what I mean? I got my Queen Codes panel tonight. So I get to sit and listen to the different multitudes of female point of views. I'm zen, y'all. No crashing out for me today. You know, no crashing out for me today. I'm chilling. But this is a very interesting question. Nevertheless, I'm trying to give y'all a second to tell me something, but I'll start to speak on it. In your opinion, what's the preferred relationship dynamic for most men? So preferred, this isn't speaking to what men could actually accomplish or what we could actually make normal, but just the preferred dynamic. I think that I'll be 100% honest based on conversations that I've had with men, because I kind of be taking a census when everybody that I'm subscribe to and subscribe to me back on all platforms, we gonna interact with each other. I'm not a dry subscriber. Like, I interact with people if they're interactive, you know what I mean? And so I have a lot of conversations with people about different things like this, but my take on this would be that I think the average man wants just what they consider to be a good woman. One solid, good woman. I think the average man, by and large, vast majority, want a good woman. Does that mean that because they desire one good woman that the average man is going to be a perfect man? No, that's a whole separate conversation, right? But if we just talking about their preferred relationship dynamic, I think most men want a good solid wife that they at least feel in their heart like they can trust. You know what I mean? Because trust ain't nothing but an emotion anyway, right? It's real for as long as it lasts, right? Since somebody's trustworthy until they're not. I mean, that's how that shit works. So April says preferred dynamic. He leads, she provides softness and submissiveness. You think most men prefer one woman, April, to add to that? Thank you for tapping in. The fellas dead quiet. I know them boys at work though.
Classic.
Get that money. That's why we the daytime show. We go one on nobody. It's nothing. But yeah, I think that most men probably prefer a solid woman that they feel like they could trust. That's where I'm at with it. But there's more. But wait, there's more. I feel like there is men who are exceptional, because being a man is not monolithic, right? And so just like women, there's different sets of men and different sets of women that got different types of options and different types of things at their disposal for whatever the reason may be. You know, there are women who have different types of options in dealing with men at their disposal because of how they're set up physically and, you know, how they present aesthetically. And then maybe they've mastered the art of seduction. So that gives them a level of control or manipulation over men, and they can deal with men in a certain capacity and reap the benefits of certain types of men, right? But on the flip side, same thing with men, because women are naturally hypergamous and value resources and provision and things like that. If you're a man who can gain resources and get a bunch of money, you could be dog dead but ugly. You know what I mean? You could be sloppy, stupid, ugly. But if your pockets if it's known fact that the money is actually long, you're not putting on, you're not presenting, the way you get to deal with women, the way they want to deal with you, it changes. So if we start talking about the exceptions to the rule a little bit, just to go deeper into the question. I got you, April. I see the comment. Just to go deeper into the question a little bit, add some nuance to it. If we start talking about the exceptions to the rule, I think the preferences change. I definitely think the preferences change. I think that the exceptional man, in whatever capacity, they generally are going to want some element of variety. That could look a lot of different ways. You got some men that wholeheartedly want polygyny, right? They want multiple wives flat out in the dough, right? Then you have some men who want a wife mistress set up. And we're talking about preference, right? We're not talking about what people actually can pull off, what people are actually doing. And this is an opinion question, so everything is welcome. But when you cross over into the exceptions, I do think preferences change. Is that agreeable, y'all? April said prefer to keep their options open, but if they have that one that checks all the boxes, then they'll lock in on one. I think that's fair. For most men, the average guy, I think that's fair. I ain't gonna lie. I think you starting to learn us a little bit, April. Starting to learn us a little. I ain't gonna troll you.
Classic.
Harry said submissive, motherly, kind, and exclusive. Heavy on the exclusive, yeah. Submissive, motherly, kind, and exclusive. Soul said no one checks all the boxes. We got a debate brewing in the chat, people. But this is how we get to the bottom of it.
I know you see me trying to crack the code.
April said, Perry, do you mean nurturing? Oh, they got a whole conversation going, y'all. The question of the day, that's how we know we got a good one, right? Shout out to everybody that's new here. I see a lot of people in the chat. What's going on? Make sure y'all hit that like button. It's free. Right quick, too. I know y'all at work. Right quick. Yes, Lord. Yeah. Shout out to everybody tapping in from Twitch, too. But the question of the day, we still on that. We got some different POVs coming in. I'm going to let them have this conversation out a little bit. He said, so the question of the day right now is, in your opinion, what's the preferred relationship dynamic for most men? And then Soul said, no woman checks all the boxes. Me personally, on this beautiful Tuesday, having the Queen's Code panel this evening, I'm not falling for the gaslight. Not doing it. He said not motherly, but nurturing. Oh, she was asking Perry, does he mean nurturing when he says motherly? But he might mean motherly too, because if you looking at a woman that you want to raise your children, she got to have some of that motherly, that, you know, you got to feel like she up for that job. Because I would be willing to say that I don't believe, you know, that all men are necessarily setting themselves up to be fit to be fathers. And when I say fit to be fathers, I'm talking about like actually being a dad to a child, like fatherhood. You know what I mean? Not so much being able to provide and pay for Pampers, right? Just like, and in the same way, I don't necessarily feel like all women are fit to be mothers. Like when I listen to like some of these panels, and you'll see some of these women who are like single mothers of like multiple children and stuff like that. All right, cool. You know, but then like I'll listen to them talk. And like I said, a big part of communication is listening. So I try to be as good at that part as I am at the speaking part. I work on it every day, but it's just like you listen to them. And when you hear them for real, it's like, okay, the conclusion I'm drawing, I don't know if you want me to say this out loud or what, because you'll listen to them talking. It's like, okay, you probably shouldn't have never had kids at all. Not the number of kids you got, not just at all. Like, because they'll talk about motherhood like it's a flat out burden. Like I've listened to panels where a woman will talk about motherhood like it's a burden for like 10 minutes straight. And then at the end be like, but I love my babies. I wouldn't trade them for the world. That's a fact.
Classic.
Tell me y'all ain't heard no shit like that. April said, I understand. Yeah, for sure. Soul said, Soul's laughing. Perry said, I meant motherly. Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought that's what came to mind though when he said motherly though. But I feel like that motherly energy, it transitioned into nurturing for the man of the house anyway though. I feel like that's kind of like synonymous. But yeah, I definitely feel like when you start getting into the exceptions, like the exceptional or what we call exceptional women in regards to physical looks and stuff like that, I feel like the way they get to move with men and the things they get to expect from men it does. Their reality is a little different. And the same thing for men. If you're a 6'5", NBA player, and let's say you're not even a superstar, you play 15 minutes, 18 minutes a game. You a 6th or 7th man off the bench, but you play every night. Your jersey got a couple sales or whatever. You make more than decent money or whatever the case, right? And you just walking amongst the regular civilians of the world. You're 6'5", you lean and athletically fit. You clearly are financially stable in some, like the way that you're going to be able to say what you prefer from women is different from bro that work, just over at the post office. And he might be 6 feet, work at the post office. He go to the gym after work and shit like that. But it's what he get to say he want out of the market and what bro get to say he want out of the market is not the same. So those preferences do change. That's why I always try to speak about the average person first, but we can get into the nuances of it, because a lot of times average men get painted like they have the same preferences as rich men. And you really don't, not necessarily. If you really talk to the average man about like what he wants to do, he probably just wants something solid and he's just trying to chill. But again, that doesn't mean that the man gonna be perfect for 50 years. Like that's the part, right? Oh, but you said, and he cheated. Hey, listen, 50 years, if y'all get together in y'all 30s and y'all live to damn near 80, that's a 50 ball. That's 5 decades. You telling me you thought that you was gonna be the only one thought he was handsome? No, let me stop trolling, man. Soul said it's not possible. Maybe on the surface or their representative, men growth is endless. Our ceiling gets higher as we get older, so that one scantron will never be right. Let's go. Let's go.
Classic.
Huh? Let's do that one again. He said it's not possible. Maybe on the surface or their representative, men growth is endless. Our ceiling gets higher as we get older, so that one scantron will never be right, is what he said. Hey, the man said what he said. He said what he said. I don't know. So what does that mean, Souls? Does that mean we always leasing? We never buying? Is that what you're saying? I don't know if I can get behind that, man. I don't know, but I don't think that's what you're saying. But you're saying that no one woman checks all the boxes. I get what you're driving home. But if somebody wanted to twist your words, you know what I'm saying, they could take it there. They could say, technically, if we go off of what you said, that as men get older and more successful and more stable, he should technically be trading up. Kinda, if somebody wanted to take that wrong. He said, no, I feel we have to settle for the best option. Hey, I say it all the time. People vilified the word settle, and the whole time it's been called settling down. That's what it's called. Settling down. That's what it's called. You're supposed to chill. Like, yeah, okay, something more shiny showed up. Too bad. I already chose this. You know what I mean? Type shit. But you got to find the person that, you want to have them feelings, you want to have that for. April said, so do women have a cap on growth? Ooh, she counter punching, Souls. She slipped that jab you came with and came to the body. She counter punching. So do women have a cap on growth? Answer it, man, because you said what you said, bro. I didn't say I agree with you. You got to fight your own fight in this chat, bro. You on your own in here,
Classic.
Dog. You on your own in here, dog. You got to put in your own work around here, homie.
Classic.
April said, why can't we grow together? Oh, she got questions, folks. She got
Classic.
questions. She got questions, dog. He said, yes, they do. Oh, shit. He said they have a ceiling for growth.
Natural born crash dummy. And he go crash out. He go crash out.
Hey, he came for blood today. Hey, I know I ain't making it no better, G. I'm going to get Instigator of the Year on YouTube. I got the chat going up. What'd he say? He said, women don't grow, they follow. Damn. Hey, she came with the shot to the body. He ate that, came with a He on that.
Classic.
Let's go. Let's go. Okay, chat. We got a good question of the day today. Yeah. But I don't know. Hey, chat, do y'all think, answer the Perry, Perry dying laughing, man. Yeah, man, they into it, huh?
Ha ha.
Yeah. It's up there. But tell me this, chat. Do y'all think that as far as dealing with on a day-to-day basis, do y'all feel like most men want multiple women? Or do y'all feel like most men want that solid one for the most part? What y'all think? Do y'all think most men want polygyny? Or do y'all feel like, even if it's something that they don't see as feasible, if you just ask them about their desire, do y'all think most men would want to have multiple wives? Let's say that the government made a law saying that it was okay to have multiple wives, which would make a lot more people start thinking about it, right? That you'd see so many people starting to give it a shot who are so opposed right now. That's all it takes. That's how I be knowing people are indoctrinated. Social engineering is real. If the government came out with a law tomorrow and said you now can take up to 3 wives as a single man, you can take up to 3 wives on paper in the United States of America. Here's how the taxes work. Here's the stipulation. It's a whole bill. They drop that joint tomorrow. Y'all will be shocked how many women all of a sudden, you hear me? And the way we gonna run up a bag talking about the law change on here is crazy, but that's a different conversation. Hypothetically, the amount of women that will pop up saying, shit, I always thought, oh, now it's cool. You feel me? But that's another conversation. Let's go. Soul said, I feel we desire multiple, but want one. I'm trying to let that settle in my spirit. I feel we desire multiple, but want one. Isn't desire and want the same though? Clarify for me, souls. I'm following you. I just want to completely understand. Perry said men want a solid one on average. I'd agree. On average, yeah. He said, April said, I agree with souls on that. We just want a woman to know each day could be their last. Woman needs to crave their man so much that his urges drowned. Hey, souls, you cooking today, bro? You cooking today? You in that mode? You going live today? Yeah, you must be going live tonight. You in that mode? You cooking today? Make sure y'all tap in with Souls of Thought. He said, we just want a woman to know each day could be their last. Woman needs to crave their man so much that his urges drown. And he said, no. Okay. I'll follow you now. I get what you're saying. Yeah, I definitely feel like that. It's almost like I'm gonna give y'all an inch. I'm gonna give y'all a said women. I got you, souls. But I'm gonna give y'all a parallel that's kind of like off of this exact subject. But there's a boxer's father that always says all these parents need to go look at the stars in their house and stop looking at the stars on TV. It's almost like that, right? So like you will have it's common. You can have a whole ass stable relationship and then like, her celebrity crush or whatever come on the TV and it's like acceptable. And I used to see it when I was a kid, right? Don't let Slim Luther come on the screen or let, prime Denzel come on the screen. My mama act like she done seen her second husband. My dad sitting right there like, beat Denzel. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been saying it. So it's okay for her to sit there and like playfully lust or like, be all shimmery and sparkly eyed over this nigga on the TV and shit. And it's like, you should actually be looking at the dude next to you like that. Like he's supposed to be the fine shit to you, not the dude on the TV screen. Like that's supposed to be whatever. This mine right here. I got the fine shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what we would like. I get what Souls is saying. That's what we would like. He said, wants are things you like to have. Desires are things you deeply yearn for. So it's a desire is like wants big uncle. things you like to have versus deeply yearning for. I feel you though. I follow that. I understand the nuance. Thank you for the clarification, man. I came to crack the code.
Classic.
I appreciate that. But let's move on, man. Let's move on from the question of the day. That was a dope one, man. Drummed up a lot of different conversation. We was able to venture off a little bit.
If you like what you just saw, support the channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, and jump in the comments. Talk to me so we could crack these codes. If you want to support the channel monetarily, go to my website and cop some merch, www.theclassiccodes.com. Or you can shoot me a Cash App. Either way, stick to the codes.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Weathered the winters when left in the cold. Hardened my heart and that heart in the